I guess my first question is, was that always a goal to get to that amount, or did you start out solo, or how did it all take place where you got to 1.5 million now?
Yeah, so actually, I graduated high school, had never enjoyed school at all, but played basketball, loved basketball, actually had a couple of scholarships to some small Christian schools. Didn't go that route. So I graduated, started working at a machine shop, and was just like, this isn't for me. So in 2007, my buddy, who is a youth pastor at the time, was getting out of the lawn care business. And so I bought his properties from him and, thinking like, hey, this is going to be awesome. So I quit my job at the time at Thomasville Buses. And that was a big mistake, cause he had 5 contracts at the time. They all dropped me. He had about 30 properties. Those kind of stuck with me, but they weren't reoccurring business. So as soon as winter hit, it was horrible. I'm making no money. I've only been in the business, 1 year. I've been mowing yards with him for a while. So I kind of knew about the business, but not to create new business. And so 2007 to 2009 was rough. 2010 got another job, started doing the lawn care as part-time again, and building it up a little bit better. And so 2014 rolls around. I've got enough clients. I land my first 3 big contracts. And I said, hey, I'm going to jump into this 100%. And so in 2014, I went, all in and started doing lawn care again full time. And so from 2014 till I would say 2017, we doubled every year. So, 2014, we were doing 200,000. 2015, we did 400,000. 2016, we did 850,000. And I had 7 guys working for me at the time.
Okay.
And what happened, I don't know how many contracts you have, but for us, like a lot of times your HOA communities going into the winter, that's kind of when they change companies, they get their bids.
Yeah.
So you start in January with a property. Well, here in North Carolina, the grass isn't growing in January, February.
Yeah.
And so, you get onto a property, you're like, oh, it's not bad. You don't really know what it takes until spring gets here. So we jumped in 2016 to 2017 to 1.5 million.
So before that, you were what? That year before, you were what?
At 2016, we were at 850,000, and I only had 6 guys working for me at the time.
Really?
And that old saying, "Don't grow too fast."
Yeah.
It's 100% correct. I'm not saying there's not guys that are that can do it, but I didn't listen. I kind of just took any business that I could take, and it almost broke our business, to be honest. So we went from 6 guys to 18 guys in 2017, and you talk about payroll, you talk about materials, gas, all of that stuff that you don't equate, during the growing season. If you're not ready to handle it, it will drain your accounts real quick. So 2017 was rough. We went from having, $6,000 to $8,000 a week in labor to $18,000 a week in labor, which is a lot of money.
Yeah, absolutely.
We never had a 17-acre property, and that year we had 2 17-acre properties that we picked up in the winter. Right. So it was a massive jump. So 2017, like I said, I almost lost my business. I actually called Dave Ramsey and was on his show.
Really?
You know how he does? Yeah. You know how he does the show where he's like, what should I do? Because I'm in so much debt.
Absolutely.
And I was like, hey, Dave, I said, this is what's going on. I said, I'm at the point, should I just, go bankrupt the business and, just not do this? And he was like, well, what are you doing as far as, at the end of the year? I said, we did 1.5. He was like, man, you're making $1 million. He said, what I'm going to do. And he offers this business, program for like $3,500. He was like, I'm going to do this for free.
Really?
And so, so after, we got off the phone with him, these business guys that he has contacted me. And so for the next year, they worked with me, just rebuilding, restructuring our business. So like 2018, we dropped down to 1.2. And then in 2019, we dropped down to 1 million. And so, you know, we were kind of going in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
But we were getting healthier. You know, we were doing things better. And so they were a huge help. I would suggest it to any business out there that can afford it. Doing Dave Ramsey's business thing. I mean, it was awesome. They get you connected with a network of people that are in the business, that are like minds, that can help you with questions.
Yeah.
You know, and that you can just kind of ask them anything.
Yeah.
And so it was awesome.